Alright guys, just want to talk about AVAX here. Interesting. It does have a lot of similarities to Ethereum, and I thought I'd make a video on this because it's a little bit easier to just kind of explain it. You know, we got the parabolic move, you get this point right here, you get, you know, this point right here. Obviously you put on a big major top, and when you come back down, there's this point here, and you get this point here, and from that point it fails, breaks the neckline in here. You can see, well, we dropped here and there's a neckline right there, broke the neckline, and when this came down on through the neckline, well, we formed this point here. Now it's a smaller point on Ethereum, but you can see that there's a bounce and it creates the first low and it drops. I'll zoom into this actually. So you can kind of see that a bit better now. You can see this bounce, drop, bounce, and then roll over, break that neckline. And we had something very similar here on AVAX. You know, you get the bounce back up, you get the drop, you get the fake bounce, and now we've broke the neckline on AVAX. You can see here when you broke this neckline, obviously the flush was faster on Ethereum back in the day. I remember it well actually, but there wasn't. Let's look, and this is a 3-day chart, by the way. So you can see here there was like one 3-day consolidation and another drop, and then smaller candles down. At this point we've had a bit of a bearish sort of flag forming. You know, there was a bit more extra consolidation here, but regardless, you know, if you look at the two patterns, they are very similar, not identical, but very similar. Now if AVAX keeps dropping down to $8.31 roughly, that will be in the same ballpark drop as Ethereum had in the past bear market, which is 94% down. So you could kind of, you know, guesstimate that AVAX is kind of right in here. With some continued downside, there could be a major low on the market. Of course, it's speculation at this point, but we talked about Sol. We talked about Sol. You know, that it looked almost identical to Ethereum, and of course, it did end up playing out. Maybe I should move that over there. But you know, I talked for weeks, maybe on months, on that this chart was the same as Ethereum's, and Sol did crash from this. Of course, it was the FTX, but you know, in a way, the chart still did predict that Sol was going to crash down lower, and it did. Now we didn't know FTX was going to go insolvent and all the rest, but the chart, you know, if you had followed the chart, you would not have got caught in Sol. When I say that, I owned a little bit of Sol, but I bought that early, so I'm not too fussed on that. But well, Sol's a completely different thing. We'll see how Sol pans out if this market ever does bottom, or when this market does bottom. Feels like it's never going to bottom at this stage, but we must be getting close. But this is what I'm saying here. You know, if we do continue to drop, if this is down 94%, you have to start getting really interested. I own some AVAX that I bought in here. If we drop down to here 94%, well, I'll just have to add to my position. If I can get AVA, did I say Sol a minute ago? I own some AVAX. Maybe, I'm not sure what I said, but you know, if I can get a 93 or 94% down on AVAX, hopefully that'll serve me well in the longer term. As you can see, when Ethereum ran, well, it ran a few 100% from here, and well, you could say if Sol does, sorry, I keep saying Sol, if AVX does the same, you could say there's a potential it could run back up to $40 from down here at $10 roughly, whenever the market is bottomed and decides to run. So obviously, you know, if you can get we'll just say a middle of the range ballpark figure down there, you know, there's potential for 250% bounce if it does the same as Ethereum. The market will bounce at some point. So anyway, I just want to share this comparison. Chart's a little bit messy now with all these sort of things on it, but there definitely is similarities, very much like Sol, and Sol did play out even though Sol might be wrecked now. But it's hard to tell. There was news today that Binance stopped USDC and USDT transactions to Sol or whatever. It happened when I was sleeping, so I really don't know all the details. But it seemed to me that CZ is still pushing that dagger in a little bit deeper, maybe killing off his competitors. So, Sol is a big risk at the moment, but AVAX is still doing okay at this point. So this is just something to watch for. You can see I've got my alarm right above there, and I may just set an alarm a little bit above that again, just to keep me alert when we get there.